The first steps towards clarity has been taken by Juventus Football Club, and I'm extremely happy about that because Beppe, as a person, I really dislike one thing. I don't like it. I hate it. It's doubts, uncertainties. Let's take some time and we will see. Let's wait. We are working on it. We will come back, or not even answering zero news. Being there, and you're starting to make movies in your head. Scenario 1, 2, 3. If they do this, I will do that. If they tell me this, I will answer that. And no, because then you don't know. You are hesitant. You are not sure. You don't know towards where you are going. From the moment that there is clarity, you can dislike what they are telling you, or you can like what they are telling you. You can give up and change, or you can go full power with it. Because there is clarity, because you know. And I'm not the only person on earth that is asking for clarity. A lot of people are asking for clarity. For example, an Igor Tudor, that after Venezia, Juve, fulfilling his mission in putting Juventus back in qualification of Champions League for the next season, 25-26, well, he asked clarity. He said, my future needs to be known, will be known before the Club World Cup, needs to go fast. Today, the training sessions in La Continassa are starting. He's expecting clarity. And that's what Juventus started to do yesterday with a beautiful announcement. Roles of Damien Comolli, Giorgio Chiellini. Yesterday night and this morning on the papers, the future of Tudor, clarity, a call from John Elkann that is finally pushing that button, activating Juve, saying we go. It's not complete yet, but at least we start. And I'm happy about that. We'll speak about all of that in today's video. And because Mercato is officially open since yesterday, I have two names that I heard, not on the papers yet, that I want to tell you. Let's see if they will be linked with Juve. Let's see if they will join Juve. Two interesting profiles that I really enjoy. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Of course, I'm waving to all the Juventini of the world. If you didn't yet, please put a maximum of like. You can even go to 5 likes if you want to. It's now the moment to do it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We just reached 38,200 Juventini of the world at the eve of the end of 24-25 and the beginning of 25-26. It's Monday, it's a new week. It's Monday, it's a new week of a new month. Because we start with the month of June. For certain people, it's already a new season. Not yet, because we need that continuity with the Club World Cup that I'm extremely scared about. I will speak about that in a second also, because I'm scared to be there, not taking it seriously, and to come back home after 3 big defeats that are not comparable to Inter that lost 5-0, not winning any title, but, guys, the risks of going to that World Cup not being prepared are huge, are big. So what I want to speak about is that clarity. Starting by yesterday, that announcement. We know that Scanavino remains as CEO. How long, we don't know, but we know that he is the CEO of Juventus Football Club in that letter. Clearly, that on the 4th of May, Damien Comolli will start his first day as a Juventino, and he will be the general manager of Juve. What is his mission? Responsible for the entire men football, so not only the first team, but also the next gen, the Primavera, under 17, men team. On top of that, responsible for marketing and commercial departments, so super big. And I tell you immediately, before you start comparing and blaming and being wrong, Damien Comolli doesn't replace Cristiano Giuntoli. It's a total different role. He will not be the one active in doing things and executing things in first person. That's why Juventus is looking for a sporting director that will be able to execute the ideas that have been put on table by a Comolli. Why the 360? More working on a vision more than names, but a football strategy designed by Giorgio Chiellini, because that's also to find in that letter. New role for Giorgio after 1 year, being more in that commercial marketing, a bit more diplomatic side of the management. Calvo, Scanavino, joining a bit more. He will report to Damien Comolli. What is the role of Giorgio Chiellini? How is it called? Director of Football Strategy. So he will be the one to actually translate the vision of Damien Comolli, of Juventus, because he will represent Juventus, into a translation of words of how. That's the strategy, how to reach it. And who will execute it? First person, the sporting director that needs to come, the coach that needs to stay or need to come, and then of course the players and the supporters and also all the other ones. All the other ones that are taking part of Juventus in a way or in another. We're speaking about a physiotherapist, about etc., etc., etc. So that has already been clear. Yesterday said. I enjoyed the words of Damien Comolli yesterday, where he said that he was thrilled and privileged to join a club like Juve that is distinguished by history. So don't forget where we are coming from, what we are, what we represent in Italy and Europe, that our history important, our identity, Juventinità, Juventus DNA, super important, and also an ambition vision. It's not only a vision, it's an ambition vision. He says, I promise one thing. I promise that I will work from day one extremely hard with the experience that I have, with an ultimate goal, that is victory, achieving victory. That's the promise that he made. If he doesn't achieve victory, he will have failed his mission. We will come back on that intro, 2-3 sentences. If, I don't know when, I don't know how long, but if ultimately he doesn't achieve victory, he would have failed his mission. So big words from Damien Comolli, but I love them because he said, just as Juventus meant to be. That's what I want to do here. And he finishes his intro saying, and as our fans, me, Pepe, you that are watching, rightfully expect. We expect that. We want victory. We can do it with a way of playing, with a 3-5-2, a 4-2-3-1. We can do it with spectacular football. We can do it à la Paris Saint-Germain. We can do it, no, not like them. We can do it in multiple ways. In the 1-0, in the solid defense, in attacking. You can do it in multiple ways. But one thing is sure, we need to do it with one thing in mind. Victory at the end. Now, of course, you hear a lot of names because uncertainties and doubts are not gone fully. Because we know it, we have a general manager, we have a Giorgio Chiellini, but what about the rest? And that's a big problem because we hear Marco Silva, we hear Pioli, we hear Mancini, we even heard and we hear Simone Inzaghi. That has been the last call of Cristiano Giuntoli to try to understand the situation of Simone Inzaghi, that is now thinking, what do I do? Should I stay at Inter? Can I do something more than what I did? Am I ready to stay after what happened in season 24-25? Because people are saying 3 cups lost. No, 4. 4. And the way that they lost, that was the cherry. That 5-0, without any debate possible from the first kickoff strategy of Paris Saint-Germain, they killed them. But Simone Inzaghi could or stay or go to Saudi Arabia with Al Hilal that is talking about him. They want him. They are ready to offer a lot of money. Or maybe even going to Juve. I tell you immediately, I have a first choice. I have a second choice. But I can tell you that if you tell me that Simone Inzaghi is one of the candidates, and at the end, he comes and he's the coach, I will not be totally against Simone Inzaghi. I see things that I can be against him, but I would not be totally against Simone Inzaghi. But that's something that will not happen. So forget about it immediately. We don't even need to speak about it. What I would love is that we stop, with all the respect to Gianluca Di Marzio, to giving 150 names every single day. What was the last communication that we heard about our coach? Official communication from Cristiano Giuntoli. We go with Igor Tudor to the World Cup and then we decide. That was the last official communication confirmed by the agent of Igor the day after. Do you remember that Monday, that post-qualification to Champions League? I tell you that if we do that, we are wrong. My opinion. You go this week with Comolli, with Chiellini, with whoever you want, with the new sporting director, with the head of whoever you want. You go and you give a clear decision to Tudor. Or we go with Tudor to the World Cup, which means that he will be our coach for 25-26. You took the decision. Can be wrong, can be a flop, but you tell him clearly you are the coach for this season. Or you don't, and you say, Tudor, we appreciated you. Thank you for what you did. You will be forever a star of Juve, a legend of Juve. We even want to put an extra star, 51 stars, because you deserve it. But we decide to take our responsibility and change coach because we have other ideas. But that needs to be done this week. this week. Pay attention because we are late. Transfer market already started yesterday. That first session where I don't expect a lot of things in new names in entry, but we need to take some decision. Kalulu, has he been signed yet? I don't know. Colomani, will he stay a bit more? We don't know. Renato Vega, is he already on his way to London? Or, I don't know. I need to know about Conceição. Because Giuntoli told me that he will be there with Juve. Is it a done deal? I don't know. I need clarity. And if we are speaking about a new coach, I want that clarity now. If it's Tudor, I want that clarity now. Yesterday, Elkann did something. He took the phone, he called him, he said, Tudor, the voices about coaches, put them aside. We give you clarity. That clarity is that on Monday, we all start again. In La Continassa, you train the kids. Soon we will speak. Can already be this afternoon, or could be latest on Wednesday, to discover the man. It's not only stats and data, because that you can do behind your computer. Talking with him, discovering the man for Damien Comolli, that has a huge big responsibility. I think it's totally logic that he wants to meet the man. I'm happy that he's not taking a decision just behind his screen, behind his office. Looking, speaking, discovering, sharing the vision, explaining the vision, and then a coach can say, I like you, or I don't like you. Like Adrien Rabiot, that we have no time to speak too much about in today's video, at a certain moment, he listened to the project of Cristiano Giuntoli, and he said, no, that's what I always told you. A lot of people told me he went away for money. He went away because he didn't like the project of Cristiano Giuntoli, and he took his responsibility in saying, no. Then I prefer having no team than going with someone that is not selling me the project that I want. They are not bringing me the Juve that I want to be in, a winning Juve, a Juve that wants to go and achieve victory. I enjoy the words of Adrien Rabiot today, even if it hurts me, it pains me, that unfortunately he was the one that understood it, and I believed that we could do something really well with a new project. It is what it is, unfortunately. And I would have loved that Rabiot stayed at Juve. On the other side, Lilian Thuram has two kids, one that lost the Champions League final 5-0, the other one is a Juventino and probably one of the best of season 24-25. Rabiot at a certain moment, he said, yes, he's a great player, has a really beautiful potential, he will continue to grow. If he continues to be humble like he's doing, he has all to succeed. But we also need to put him reinforcements in the team next to him to continue to elevate him. Around him, you need something strong. So important words that I really appreciated. Elkann said, calma, Tudor. Calma, we are activating everything. That's what they did yesterday. You know what we will hear a lot instead of coaches a la Marco Silva, Pioli, Mancini? We will hear a lot this week, in these coming days, the name of a sporting director. Salihamidzic is a new entry, which I love, but I am not sure if it's compatible with Juventus, because Salihamidzic did fantastic, beautiful things at Bayern Munich. Really beautiful. Easy when you are Bayern and you have actually your scout or your youth academy, that is the rest of the 17 teams in Bundesliga, waiting for them to be out of contract or in the last year and then going cheap to steal them. They want to go to Bayern Munich, offering them a lot of money, which is actually a total different strategy as the one of Juve. It's going towards a sustainability. So I'm not sure if Salihamidzic could be the man. We heard about Diego Lopez from Lens, sporting director of Lens, a French name. Immediately people, it's a name of Comolli. On the other side, it's someone that doesn't like to work too much with stats. He's someone that loves to be on the field to discover. So I am not sure. We hear about Massara, a name that is supported, backed up by Giorgio Chiellini, a name that we knows Serie A really well. With Milan, he won a Scudetto. That's also why we hear the name of Pioli. So there are a lot of information. One thing that I tell you today, I would love that immediately the next one that has been announced is Matteo Tognozzi. And I want also his name to be clarity. A name with a role. What will he do? Head of scout? Great. Sporting director? Great. I back up Matteo Tognozzi 100%. But, super important, Matteo Tognozzi, I want him at the club as soon as possible because he's a fantastic guy. One that has a lot of talent. A Juventino that I want next to me always. And we need to be fast now because Serie A is starting again. Welcome to Cremonese, to Sassuolo, and to Pisa. Welcome to the 3 promoted team. It will be a beautiful one. Hopefully they will not annoy us too much. I don't want scenario a la Monza. Happy that they are back in Serie B. But that's in the month of August. Before that we have the Club World Cup. And the money needs to come from somewhere. 30 million euro is the minimum that you can have if you are qualifying to the next round. That's the minimum that we need to do, and then we need to compete. Pay attention. I'm scared. I tell you, and I will repeat you, I'm afraid of that competition that, you know, I support since before day one. I'm a big fan of that competition. I think that it will be a fantastic competition, and the winner, you will understand only how great, how important that trophy is from the moment that you will have the winner. So don't underestimate the impact of that trophy. I'm telling it to Juve. Don't go there as if it was a friendly. Don't. Or a holiday with some kids from the Primavera. That's absolutely not what you need to do. We will be late on the Mercato. We'll probably not have a lot of names. I can understand it. But don't go there like that. Because otherwise, not only you will lose money, on top of that, you will be humiliated. And that's absolutely not good. The two players that I promised, and I closed the video with that one, so you can write them down. Let's see if it will happen or not. Two names came to my ear. One that I already told you here on the channel. There is a second name. Are the names of Josip Šutalo, Croatian center back from Ajax. Center back that is now 25. Starts to be in full maturity. Has some experience. It's a player that is absolutely not bad. Tall player. Right foot player, a player that I really like. It's a beautiful name. I know that you will tell me Hato, and I prefer Hato, but Hato at the moment is probably out of our parameters. It's a player that is relatively low cost in terms of investment, but that can give you a lot immediately. And another name that I also like, because it has been given to me, is the name of Nick Voltomada, and that's a player. If the one I liked, this one I really enjoy, I love. I made my research, I spoke with people. I wanted to be a bit more interested in him. I watched some videos, some clips, some stats, some interviews. Nick Voltomada, 23 years old, from Stuttgart. Is the moment to take him. Now, that's the player that I want Juventus to go and take at the moment, at today. A player that is 23, about to go and to become a Gyökeres, an Osimhen, to become a Holland, you know. Be there before they cost you 80 million euro. Be there before the papers are speaking about them. Voltomada, tall, 198, nearly 2 meters. A bit a la technique, I'm exaggerating, but a bit a la Ibrahimovic, the young Ibrahimovic. It's a player that I think if you really are able to go with a name like that, it will probably not finish on all the first pages like, wow, Cristiano Ronaldo is arriving, but that would be an extremely smart choice. Atletico Madrid is also on the player, so be faster. That was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Put a maximum of like if you didn't yet. I already started saying goodbye to all of you. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.